Hello, BB-8 and myself, coming to you tonight, episode 7, The Yarn Awakens, because it is May the 4th be with you day. So happy Star Wars Day, guys. It's been a few weeks since we podcasted. It's been a lot of stuff going on, some really fun, some not so great, and some I'm just thankful that I'm here to talk to you. Nothing that bad, but anyway, so my name's Kathy, and I am your host for the We Be Knitting Podcast. We are a podcast about knitting, a lot of crocheting, cross-stitch sewing, painting, and some other fun handicrafts. So, coming to you from Oregon, our home. My daughter Charlie, is behind the scenes and making sure that the video is still running every once in a while when she's not playing Minecraft on her iPad. Anyway, let's see. I can be found on Instagram as KMCina. I can be found on Ravelry as KCina. And a friend of mine who watches that isn't into any of this stuff, but she's a friend of mine, asked me what Ravelry is. So for those of you that are watching that aren't knitters or crocheters, Ravelry is an online presence. It's been around for I want to say since 2006 or 7. I joined in 2008, but it's it's sort of like the Facebooking sort of thing for knitters and crocheters. If you are a knitter or crocheter and you're not on Ravelry, you really need to go join. Tons of groups, tons of patterns, library of patterns. So when you purchase stuff online, it can move to your library, so you can always go out and find under purchased items. We do have a Ravelry group, the We Be Knitting Podcast. So join us if you'd like. Let's see, what else was I going to say about online YouTube. We are up to 70 subscribers, which is still kind of fun. And I will be doing a giveaway. So if you're watching and you haven't subscribed, you should subscribe, because I am planning on doing some sort of fun giveaway when we hit 100. And then other thing I joined this week, which I haven't had a chance to actually do anything with, but I've been hearing a lot about Periscope. So I joined. So on Periscope, I am KMCina. But I know that Sue from Legacy Knits is a big time Periscoper. The Grocery Girls Periscope, the Periscoping Sisters, Debbie and Amy Periscope, and I know there's more. So I'm going to dabble in that. A lot of the time with Periscope, I think it's live, and then it goes 24 hours where you can still watch it. But I'm at work most of the day, so I can't do it there. So I'm hoping maybe on Saturday or Sunday I can actually maybe watch some live Periscoping. So that's that. So this week, last couple weeks, have been crazy busy, some really fun stuff. So I'm going to just quickly talk about our fun stuff. So a few weeks ago, I went with a high school friend and a friend of hers, who's now a friend of mine, to see my favorite singer, which is Amy Grant. And we were, was in East Portland out in Gresham, so it's a good hour from our house. We had a great time. She had 2 gals on tour with her, Ellie and Nicole, that are fabulous singers. Nicole brought me to tears a couple times with a few of her songs, just really, really poignant songs. So we did that. And then last week, Charlotte, the Weeby, I took her to her first concert, which was Pentatonics. They were outstanding. We went to Portland. We took our MAX, which is our train, our mass transit. Took them downtown. We grabbed some food, and then we went to the concert. Had to stand in line for MAX. Had to stand in line to get in the venue. Had to stand in line to get a T-shirt for her. But it was so much fun. They had 2 opening acts. The first one was a guy that he was okay. He wasn't I've never heard of him. I hadn't heard of the second opening act either, but they were a husband and wife called Us the Duo, and I learned a new word, Viners. So there's a thing called Vine, which people that are probably a lot younger than me know what that is. I didn't. The probably 16-year-old and the mom that were sitting behind us explained it to me, and the mom with her was feeling just as old as I was, and we're not really that old, but we felt old. Anyway, had a great time. The group was amazing. If you haven't heard of them, go check them out on YouTube. They are just a phenomenal a cappella group that they do a lot of covers, but their new CD is all original, and they've got a Christmas is it a Christmas CD? Yeah. And my favorite song, one of my favorite Christmas songs is Mary Did You Know? And they sing it, and it just will bring you to tears. So check them out. The other exciting thing, are we still running, Charlotte?
Yes.
Okay, because we did this twice before and it stopped. Anyway, the other exciting thing that started last Saturday was Charlie is on a U10 softball team. They've been practicing the whole month of April, and we had our first official game on Saturday, and she had a super, super fun time. I did something really bad and didn't put a sunblock on, so I got a little sunburn, which I'm not proud of. It was overcast. Shouldn't matter. You still need to wear your sun protection. So hopefully I think it's done. I just need to, I usually have a red face anyway. But anyway, and then she had her second, they won. And then they had their second game on Tuesday night. And they played really, really great. They didn't win, but it didn't matter. They had a fun time. The the whole thing was funny. There was two funnies though. The coach, I don't remember what inning it was. Our coach yelled, okay, girls, bring it in. And he meant the softball. Both teams thought, okay, that meant it was time to switch. So the whole field cleared, and all the parents were like, Coach Liv, what did you do? And he's like, what? And we're like, that was only one out. And he's like, well, I didn't mean to call them in. So everybody got a good laugh, and the girls had to go back. It was funny. And the other funny thing was, Charlotte got a really good hit. That was technically a single. She ran her little heart out, and then they overthrew to first base, so she stole second. And then there was another error. Meanwhile, the person on third had run in to score. She ran to third base, and then she ran home, missed the home plate. So we're all yelling, hit the plate, hit the plate. She hit the plate, and she was so excited. And so technically, she scored. It wasn't technically a home run, though. It was technically a single with 3 errors, but it doesn't matter. She had fun. It's counted. The girls had a blast, and it's been a true pleasure watching her play with her teammates, and the parents are great, and it's been great. So that was the big thing that's been going on. So next thing, I want to just some pod love. I haven't been caught up on most of my podcasts, but I wanted to give a couple of shout outs to ones that I'm trying to get caught up with. And that, well, one that I'm always caught up with, and that's the Knitting Broomstick with Jilly, who's a fellow Oregonian. Hi, Jilly. Love her podcast. Check her out. Another one that I also happens to be fellow Oregonians, and that's Michelle and Leslie, who are the Naughty Nitwits, and they are they're funny. They live on the opposite side of town, but I was so excited when my friend Carrie, hi Carrie, who does So Now What podcast, she actually got to meet, they connected, and they met up, doesn't matter, a couple weeks ago, but I didn't know they'd met up because they hadn't put anything on Instagram until Carrie's podcast last week. But they went to an awesome yarn shop in Portland called Dublin Bay, and the 3 of them met up, they knitted. Apparently, Michelle loved Carrie's shoes, so Michelle ended up buying shoes online while she was there. Anyway, I thought it was great, and I would actually love to meet up with the 3 of them at some point. They're like all really like serious knitters. I'm more of a crocheter that wants to really seriously knit. So anyway, Naughty Knitwits, check them out. And the last one is I'd heard of him. I think I'd heard of him a lot, and I'd watched one episode, and then I hadn't subscribed, and so he fell off my radar. But I follow him on Instagram, and it's Eric of Sticks Plus Twine, and he's out of Canada. Don't ask me what province. I never can remember. I think he's near Toronto. Forgive me, my Canadian geography stinks. But anyway, Eric, awesome knitter, great, very mellow, but excited. Really fun to listen to him, and he's got some great projects going. So I want to give a shout out to Eric. I'm gonna do retail therapy last because it's pretty awesome. So a few things I'm doing this week. I got caught up on, or the last few weeks, I got caught up on my crocheted temperature afghan. So I'm up to, well, today's May the 4th, but I was caught up through May 2nd. So each row, I'm doing single crochet. Each row represents an average temperature. I've got it on a different list. So like The white line is May, so that's beginning of May. So each line represents the average temperature here where we live. So I'm adding a row, literally a day, maybe not the exact day, but I'm going back and doing it. So that's going great guns. I think though, because I'm getting really sick of green, I think come June 1st, I might switch and start doing the high temperature of the day just to give it some color, because I've got a bright orange, a bright yellow, a red, and then some in-between shades, because this only goes up. The highest average I think we hit was 60. We haven't hit an average of 70, even though we've had a 90-degree day. Yeah. So I think I'm gonna switch it up a little bit in June. But this is just a fun thing that I started at the beginning of the year, and you can knit it too. But crocheter is my first primary my happy comfort zone. So that's my temperature Afghan. And then I needed some more kind of mindless stuff, just because there's been so much going on. And Charlotte, can you do me a favor? I dropped one of them on the floor. Can you grab it for me while I show them this one? So I ran out of yarn. So Charlotte's going to pick up the one that I ran out of yarn for me. Maybe she'll come over and just say hi for just a second. Just say hi.
Hi.
Hi. And later you can show them that stuff, but not right now.
Wait.
Just okay. So, and I've shown some corner-to-corner crocheting Afghans before, but silly me bought some, what is the brand?
What did you buy?
Red Heart, Unforgettable. I just get it at Joann's. Charlotte, good?
Yes.
Okay. And it's a beautiful, it's beautiful yarn, and I'm doing it, it's called Corner to Corner, and all it is a whole bunch of double crochets, and you just work and you go back and forth and back, and it keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. But I'm 4 skeins into it. How's that look, babe?
Good.
And so you can see how it's
that way, a tiny bit.
This way?
Yes, good.
So you can see how it's growing. The only problem is I only have this much yarn left, because I wasn't thinking, and I was thinking I could get it at Joann's, and the Joann's that I get all my yarn at is out of that color, and the other Joann's doesn't carry that. It's a smaller Joann's. So I need to go either online, anyway. So 4 skeins in, I need to get 4 more skeins to finish the thing. So that was, but it made me happy because it's mindless crocheting and the yarn is really fun. I have no idea who I'm going to give this to, but I saw the yarn, I had to have it, and I needed something that was just crochet therapy, just needed it. So when I figured out I couldn't have enough yarn, I decided I needed to start another one, and I don't know which baby's going to get this, because there's a lot of babies going around right now, but it's more of a, I guess, boyish one, because it's blues and greens, but it's just brunette baby sport weight, and I started on it, and it's not very big yet, but it's getting there. So this would make a really good, like, 36 by 36 inch, and again, really super easy, mindless. I can do it in the car without any problems. So working on that. Let's see, temperature. Something else that I feel really guilty about, and I need to finish it. But a friend of mine from Relay for Life, JD. Hi, JD. Even though I don't think you watch this, I know you don't. He had sent me. His mom passed away last year, and she was in her 90s. She had a great life, but he misses, as we all do when we lose a loved one, misses his mom. But his mom was a big-time crocheter, and he had sent me, because he'd said something like, I need a pom-pom fix. I'm like, okay, I can do pom-poms. I have the coolest tool ever. So I made, finally, because I kind of put it in a different room and forgot about it, and he reminded me, so sorry. I made a big pom-pom. But the reason I'm showing you the pom-pom is if you guys are doing hats, either crochet or knit, and you need a pom-pom, if you haven't heard of this tool, you need to go get yourself one. So this is a Clover pom-pom maker. This is not the largest size, but there's a green color that's
way bigger.
No, smaller. I don't remember what size this one is. 3-inch. The one I usually use is green, and so it's a little bit smaller. But all you do, and you can get it at Joann's, and I think the green and the blue come together. Use a coupon. I'm thrifty and I don't like spinning things. But and I'm not going to demonstrate, but basically all you do is you wind the yarn up, and then you close it. You do the same thing on this side, close it, And then see how there's this little, like a groove? Take your good scissors, you just cut. Then you cut. And you take a piece of leader yarn, you wind it, tighten it really hard. Open this puppy up, both sides, and you get this fuzz ball. And then I still need to trim it a little bit. Just take a pair of really sharp scissors and you trim the little, because there's going to be a couple little extra doohickeys. Trim them down and you got instant pom-poms. So that's my little tool of the trade trick. If you ever need to make pom-poms, this is so much easier than winding it around a piece of cardboard or anything. I highly recommend it. Charlotte.
Yes.
How are we doing? Good?
We're doing good.
Okay. Let's see. So, got a couple more things to talk about, and then we're going to wind this up, or wind it down, I guess I should say. So, Mother's Day is coming up, and Charlotte, my daughter, has vocal classes on Wednesdays, and Wednesday nights after school, and when she came home tonight, my husband brought her home, because doesn't matter. Anyway, Angela, the vocal coach, did a really nice thing, and I thought this was really cool, but the kids did little flowers, so I actually got little roses and a little butterfly. How's that, Charlotte? Can you see it?
Good.
Okay. And can you hit pause?
How can we hit pause? You can stop.
Come here. So, I come home.
It's still on.
I realize that.
Ugh.
Just listen.
Okay.
I don't want to retape this. So, coolest present ever. This is why we're calling it this. Oh my goodness. Point it that way though. Let me see. Can we see it?
Pretty sure.
Nope, can't see it. You guys see that? You know what that is?
It's a claw machine!
It's a claw machine.
Full of yarn!
I just want to show them. So, can you tilt it for me a little bit?
Tilt?
Yeah. Does it tilt? Carefully.
1 second. I know what I'm doing.
Holy cow. Tilt it.
I'm just gonna have to.
Okay, so don't drop it. So, I saw this 2 days ago. So my favorite crocheter, which is Sarah from Repeat Crafter Me, posted this. And I saw it and I forwarded it to my husband on Facebook and I said, Victor, I may have just purchased this for my Mother's Day gift. Of course I did. It showed up tonight.
Yeah.
So I gotta show you guys. This is hilarious. It's annoying me.
Actually, grab a piece of yarn, Mom.
I'm trying. Is it gonna work?
You need to use that. Oh, move it over.
I'm trying. It worked.
Now drop it.
How do I drop it?
You use the far right one. Far right. Down. And then you get your yarn.
Isn't that cool, guys? Okay, so that was my first Mother's Day gift,
Can I
which
tilt
is awesome. You can tilt it back. The other one, can you just pick it up and
Yeah.
carefully pan?
We got it.
Okay, the other one came, it was in this box. Do you see what that is, guys? 10 pounds of polyfill. So I thought it was going to explode. It didn't totally explode.
Well, it puffed
It
up.
puffed up. So I think I've got my,
Lifetime supply.
not lifetime, but I've got enough to last a little bit. So anyway, so
We need to figure out
I
how to
think,
position
so I
this.
think that's it. Sorry about the moving and the earthquake and all that. So intentions this week are to actually seriously try to start my Cozy Memories blanket, because now everybody that wasn't doing it is doing it, and get some other serious knitting going. We do have a bunch of stuff going on and a birthday next week. But anyway, so I think that's it. Just want to say hi and check in. And again, if you're a new viewer, thanks. If you're returning, thank you. Follow me on Instagram, Ravelry. Leave a comment if you liked what you saw. Like us. If you didn't like us, sorry. Anyway, I hope all the moms out there have a great Mother's Day. Those of you that, like me, had a mom and she's no longer here, hugs to you. This will be our first Mother's Day without mom, but Charlotte and Dad and I are going to have fun. My husband actually works on Sundays, so I think we're going to do maybe a little other Mother's Day thing. Actually, Mother's Day should be every single day, right? Yes. Same with Father's. But it's just kind of fun to have a special day. And the weather's going to be super, super nice this weekend, sunblock. So I think that's it. So BB-8 and my flowers and my kid. I think we're good. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Can I wave?
If you want.
Bye.